Let's talk about this upcoming show. You are going to be Tosca.
I am. I love Tosca.
So, for people who aren't familiar with the opera, just sort of like a little thumbnail, Cliff's Notes version of what it's about.
Okay, well, Tosca actually is an opera that's based on a true story. Tosca actually was a real person and an opera singer herself. Puccini, this opera premiered around 1900, and it takes place in Rome, and it takes place within a 24-hour period of time. And it's pretty much love, sex, rock and roll. I mean, from the operatic side of the world, she is a celebrated opera singer who is in love with also a celebrated painter at that time by the name of Mario Cavaradossi. And he is somewhat of an anti-government rebel at the same time. So he is actually being pursued by the chief of police in Rome, whose name is Scarpia, Vitelio Scarpia actually. And this is what ensues this love triangle. So Scarpia not only wants Cavaradossi killed and removed, taken care of, because he is a political rebel and rival, but he is also himself in lust, shall we say, with Tosca. Whereas Cavaradossi's in love with her, Scarpia is in lust with her. And so this is the intrigue. This sets up the famous second act of Tosca, where it all happens.
Scarpia is sort of a classic opera villain.
Correct. He is a classic opera villain, yes. Whereas Mario and myself are the classic opera lovers. And I think what I've always loved about it is that we are artists in that time. And so we represent not only the best of love, but the best of art, the best of ideals. And Scarpia, being the villain that he is the one who wants to have power over that. So and many people tend to think of this opera also as a testament to the power of good versus evil. And I think that's true in the end, even though everyone dies. That's also the great part about it.
How operatic.
How operatic, exactly. Perfect. So there are many themes, let's say.
Now, is this a role you've sung a lot?
I have. It's actually, at this point in my career, it's what they call a signature role, and I will sing my 52nd performance of this role at the Forum Theater. So that's very exciting for me too.
That's great.
Yeah.
You already sort of touched on it, but what is it that you like about this role? Obviously you like it or you wouldn't keep singing it.
Oh, I know. Well, Puccini has also been very much a centerpiece in my career. And outside of the role of Turandot, which I'm preparing and also want to be able to debut soon, I've sung all of the Puccini heroines. But Tosca is special. Many of them are special, but she is very special because I feel like that Jill, she lives within my skin as Jill. I'm very much aligned with her, I think, not only vocally, but temperamentally, physically, in every way. So it's very natural to not only live in her skin, but for her to live in mine. The membrane is very sinuous. So it feels very natural to be her and to play her and to sing her music. And I've oftentimes said that with Puccini heroines, my only regret was that I never actually met him, because I think I would have fallen madly in love with him because of not only how he wrote about women, but also how he loved women. And you sense that in every heroine that he, wrote for, theatrically displayed. So that's why she's so special to me. And it's always an honor to sing her.
How about the music itself in this opera? What do you think?
Well, it's some of Puccini's best. I mean, this is the period in which, you know, he also wrote Madama Butterfly and Bohème. And so it's, you know, his quintessential music. I think what's really great about this opera is that it takes place in less than a 24-hour period of time. There are 3 acts, and they take place in the morning of one day, and by dusk, or no, by dawn the next day, everybody's dead. And so he really amps that up through the music. I think he tremendously portrays not only the drama through the music, but it's you get a sense that it's in a 24-hour period of time. And the other beautiful thing is that in a very signature way for Puccini, at the top of Act 3 is this beautiful tone poem in which, as the sun begins to rise and Rome wakes up, he completely paints that picture in a way that is very much the best of Puccini. And so you get it all in this opera. You get great singing, you get a fantastic orchestra, you get a theatrical thrust throughout the entire piece. And so if this is the first opera that some people have ever seen, it's a perfect first opera, too, for that reason.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit more about you personally. You're returning.
Yay! I'm returning. Yes. Yes.
Talk a little bit about. Obviously, you're happy about it.
Oh, yes.
Tell me about your feelings about coming back here.
Well, it's always a joy to come back to Binghamton. Binghamton was my home with my husband Jake for a little over a decade, and this year is very special to me to be coming back to Binghamton and singing Tosca because 20 years ago I graduated in 1999 from the Resident Artist Training Program, and that's when my career started. And so, you know, there's a hallmark about coming back after that 20-year time and singing a role that I've sung the most. And so I have still a lot of friends and family here, people that are friends that I consider family. So it's very wonderful to come home and to sing to what I call my people. So it's good.
That's great. And you were saying before we got started that you're sort of dedicating your performance? Yes.
Well, what is very special about this season is that Tri-Cities Opera is dedicating this 1920 season to the memory of Peyton Hibbett, who died this past March at the age of 93. And I think that's a singular thing. You know, Carmen Savoca died back in 1999. And so it's a humbling thing to recognize that this season is being dedicated to Peyton and his leadership. And so I think I feel a personal thing as well to dedicate my performances to him, because he and Carmen too were both such special teachers and mentors to me. And I carry so much of their teaching and on into my career. I mean, their influence will never end. So I think it's very singular and very special to be dedicating not only my performance, but this season to the memory of Peyton.
Then you get to get back up on the Forum stage.
Yes, it's a great theater to sing in, so I look forward to that too. It's wonderful. Thank you, Jim.